new fit. Niggas mad, man, I mean they jealous. Way more fresh, way more throw down, way more fly. The only.
Please put your hands together. Fighting from the blue corner, Jose, the fighting family man, BELTRAN.
Fresh new fit. Niggas mad, man, I mean they jealous. Way more fresh, way more throw down, way more fly. The only.
Scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. Now, please welcome from the red corner, Jason Big Burrell. Fighting from an independent gym, Jason Big Burrell in the red corner.
Fresh new fit. Niggas mad, man, I mean they jealous. Way more fresh, way more throw down, way more fly. The only.
All right, fight fans, 6th bout of the evening. Before we get this started, let's thank some of our sponsors out here this evening. We've got Appaloosa Broadcasting, Ring Girls brought to you by Who's Your Daddy Productions, Everlast Fight Gear, one of our sponsors this evening, Jameson and Genesee, and last but not least, KRRR 104.9 FM, and our ring announcer, Cowboy Bob, with them. And fighting out of the red corner is big Jason Burrell. He's got a 3-4 record. He's an independent fighter, comes to us with a wrestling and a jiu-jitsu background. Then fighting out of the blue corner in the burgundy trunks, Jose BELTRAN. He's 24-2 out of the mano-a-mano gym, and he states that he's mostly a Muay Thai fighter, and we see that immediately with a very solid leg kick out of BELTRAN. Lands it again, and here comes the wrestling, and big Jason Burrell gets the slam takedown. Burrell came in at around 285, and BELTRAN's around 225. So big weight disadvantage to BELTRAN being on the bottom there. Burrell's going to want to try to posture up, create some distance, be able to land some strikes, unless he wants to open up with his jiu-jitsu game here, try to get a submission going on. So far off the bottom, it's BELTRAN doing some head control, fighting off a crossface right now. He wants to keep Burrell from being able to posture up and land those strikes, and he's doing a good job of that so far. Got a lockdown and half guard there. Does BELTRAN off the bottom. He might want to try a sweep here, but that's going to be a tough task with big Burrell on top of you like that. Burrell takes side mount. Looking like he might be trying to go for a crucifix position here so he can light him up at the ground and pound. But off the bottom, the first ground and pound strikes landed by Jose BELTRAN. He's a fighting family man out of the mano-a-mano gym, doing a good job posturing there, using his arms to brace up and keep Burrell from being able to get down solid on him. We have BELTRAN off the bottom trying to effect an escape, using some shots to loosen it up there a little bit, but Burrell still maintaining side control. Hasn't gone for anything as far as a submission yet. You'd think maybe he'd want to try to isolate an arm off to the side, but so far he's just working to hold BELTRAN down. Now we've got some knees from the top by Burrell. That's going to take the wind out of BELTRAN. We've only got 10 seconds left in round one, and the crowd favoring BELTRAN here as he goes for some knees off at the bottom. That's the end of round one. Here we go for round two at the Ultimate Xplosion fight event. Burrell used that wrestling early in round number one, and he got it to the ground, but it's BELTRAN coming out with some good strikes. Looked like Burrell was staggered there, but Burrell ended up down on top. I think he's feeling a little bit, and BELTRAN off at the bottom doing a good job of lighting him up with some strikes. He's got his foot caught up in the trunks of Burrell, and he's got head control now. He's got half guard. If he could turn that into full guard, he might be able to get a good guillotine choke here. Burrell coming in said he had a little bit of a jiu-jitsu background, but he hadn't trained much. What he'd want to do is swing to his left in order to get out of that choke, but he's not really doing much as far as improving his position. BELTRAN off the bottom has lost head control, so that's going to give positional dominance to big Jason Burrell in the orange and white trunks. Now a little bit of ground and pound by Burrell, nothing real solid landing yet. Jason BELTRAN still very game off the bottom. He's getting some elbows to the head, some punches to the head, and lighting him up in the body as well. In MMA, conditioning can be a huge factor, so if BELTRAN's able to take some energy out of Burrell with some of those body shots, if this goes into round 3, he might have an advantage. Burrell making a little bit of a mistake there, posturing it up, holding his arms straight. They always say it in jiu-jitsu, don't straighten your arms. Guy off the bottom will swing around, try to get an arm bar. So, Burrell, he could easily pass the guard there, get into a better position, but he doesn't seem real familiar with the ground game here because off of his back, with only 10 seconds left, it's BELTRAN that's landing the harder strikes. So while Burrell has controlled the position for most of this round, you'd have to say that the strikes went to BELTRAN. Seconds out. Quick little problem with the ring there. They got fixed. That's why that break might have seemed a little bit long. And here we go for round number 3. BELTRAN fighting in the burgundy trunks. Burrell in the orange and white trunks. In his corner in between rounds, Burrell was looking pretty winded. We talked about it earlier in round 2. See if conditioning comes a factor. Burrell, you can tell he wants this to the ground again. BELTRAN's going to be wise if he does everything he can to keep this on the feet. Start using those Muay Thai skills. He had good leg kicks early, and there's a nice shot to the face with the knee by BELTRAN. But Burrell wisely traps the knee, tried to go for the single leg, but BELTRAN's stuffing it this time. I think Burrell's pretty gassed out here. And the referee pulls Jason BELTRAN off. Congratulations to Jason Burrell. I'm sorry, Jose BELTRAN at a mano-a-mano.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's official. After a minute and 27 seconds in the 3rd round, this fight goes to